Hey guys, I'm Sophia Rollis with FlippingHouston.com. I'm here with Kevin Liu and Will Rollis, two Houston real estate investors, and boy do they know how to raise private money to get those good deals. So we're going to talk to them today and find out how they do it. Start off with Kevin. Hello Kevin, how are you?
What's going on, guys? Hey, this is Kevin Liu here. We're actually at one of our properties. That's why, if it looks a little rough, it's because we're actually doing the build-up for one of our tenants. This little space right here was leased with some parking spaces for over $500 a month. It's actually $550 a month for about 150 square feet and a few parking spaces in the back. We leased it to a repo company. We're pretty excited about that. And this is actually a property that we purchased with a combination of private capital from investors that we pulled together to a private money fund and the seller financing from the seller. So let's talk about private money. Most people don't realize that there's actually about $3.8 trillion worth of private capital available right now. They are actually parking it in money market funds, in the stock market, getting a putrid 1% return on that money. And of course, there's no upside, and then that earning of 1% is actually subject to tax and inflation. So why would somebody do that? Well, the main reason they would do that is because they are looking for safety. They're so scared of the volatility of the stock market right now that they're willing to basically lose money to not lose any principal, like some of their friends or family might have happened to them, where their 401ks turn into a 201k, and the volatility of the stock market has really driven a lot of people out of the market. There's a lot of money sitting on the sidelines right now waiting to be had. Now, the problem is that most real estate investors raise private capital with the other real estate investors in mind. What I mean by that is that they assume that everybody wants to be a real estate investor, meaning that they know how to do a rehab, they know how to manage properties, they know how to deal with tenants and the whole 9 yards. The bottom line is that most people, even though they want to invest in real estate, they don't want to become a quote-unquote landlord, or at least that's the only paradigm that they have when it comes to investing in real estate. So when you raise private capital the traditional way, which is with a promissory note and a deed of trust, what you're basically telling the people is this: listen, I want to borrow money from you, and in case I don't pay you back, guess what? You have the privilege of becoming a landlord. You get to foreclose on me and then go deal with this property that you know nothing about. That scares people to death. What they really want is what they are used to in the stock market, which is investing, let's say, in a mutual fund. Let's think about this, folks. You probably have some money in the mutual fund. When was the last time you had to lift a finger to do anything? Except maybe, select which fund you want in the very beginning. And then after that, basically, they sent you statements every quarterly, right? And either your money went up or your money went down. Well, that's how they want to invest in real estate. They just don't know how. Well, through a private equity fund, you're able to do that. You combine the best of both worlds. You give them the safety and security and the cash flow that comes from a real estate property, and you give them the hands-off investment that they're used to through a mutual fund. So when you combine the two, you have a private money fund. And that's kind of what we did here. We were able to pool about 18 investors' money together at this particular location, and we raised the private capital, and with a combination of owner financing, we were able to purchase the property with no money out of our pockets. And like Sophia mentioned earlier, we were able to purchase around $18 million worth of property with only about $8,000 out of pocket. And most of that money was raised through a private money fund. And where someone else put up their credit, someone else put up their money, and we really didn't have to qualify for any loans, and we didn't have to show our financials to anyone. We had someone else do that, and that's another beauty of the private money fund. Of course, most people are intimidated by this because they think that they're dealing with, the SEC, the Security Exchange Commission, all the different rules and regulations, federally and state and local laws. Well, the key is you got to have a great attorney that knows the laws of the Security Exchange Commission. Well, with that said, we have something pretty special coming up in January. My Security Exchange Commission attorney, which is Mr. Gene Trowbridge, is actually coming to Houston. And he's doing it as a personal favor to me because I'm obviously a client of his. We put together this quote-unquote private money fund, also known as a syndication. So he's coming down to Houston and spending a few days with us. He's going to go over all the ins and outs of how to set one of these things up for your. You can set one of these up for yourself. and raise all the money you ever need to do all the deals that you ever want to do. And I'm going to turn it to my partner Will right here and have him tell you a little bit about what's going on also.
Hi guys, I'm Will Rollis, and the bottom line is that there's a ton of money out there sitting on the sidelines, and we want to help show you guys how to take advantage of some of that. That's what we've done here, and basically through using other people's resources, other people's capital, we're able to make these large purchases. All around us, we're in real estate. Right now we're in mini storage, and we have a car wash, a warehouse, but everywhere you go, everywhere you walk around, there's real estate around you. Everything is owned by somebody. And chances are it's not owned just by one person, it's owned by a pool of people that are pulling their resources together to buy this property. Guys like Donald Trump, those kind of guys, they don't go to the bank and get a loan by themselves and go and get these properties. So what Kevin talked about, we're going to have coming in January, is we're going to put together a class that's going to show you guys how we've done it. We're going to have case studies, and obviously we're going to have our attorney there that's going to give you all the legal advice you could ever want to know. Trust me, I've been to his 3-day class, and it's all the information you're ever going to need about raising private capital. So with that being said, we look forward to seeing you guys there to January 15th, 16th, and 17th.
That is correct.
And it's going to be a great thing to attend if you ever wanted to invest in real estate and do it on a larger scale. This is the class to attend to. So thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you.